What's up, y'all? It's Homo Manning 18 and Detroit Fag here. We're doing power rankings today. We've seen a lot of bad ones. I can't wait for Colin Cowherd to do his, so you can really see how bad it gets. Um,
hmm
Also, yeah,
Also, yeah, this is the third time we record it because idiot over here lost the audio twice,
yes,
and it was actually an hour long, so you
it's
guys are
gonna
gonna
be
get a
about
shorter video
20.
now.
Basically, Detroit will talk about 31 of the 32 teams, and I'll just say who we have. Um, and
You can
yeah,
probably guess what team I'm not talking about. The
yes,
Lions, obviously,
yes,
because that
Lions are
would be
mine.
biased.
Alrighty, here we
That would be
go.
biased. All right,
Also, Detroit only gets 30 seconds, so you guys don't get too bored.
all right,
Alright, and then I'll
that's
just like,
fine.
yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready? At 32, we have the
hmm
Miami Dolphins. You're on the clock. Talk about them.
All right. So the Miami Dolphins, they suck. Let's be real here. Their quarterback situation is garbage. Their running back situation is not good. They have no receivers anymore. Their defense is bad. It's bad. I mean, honestly, they're the worst team in the league, in my opinion. They need a couple more years of rebuilding, and then I think they could maybe contend for second in the East. And yeah,
Okay, you ended early. 27 seconds. At 31, we have the Giants. New York Giants. Talk about them.
the Giants. I mean, they're picking fifth for a reason, so let's start off with that.
Sixth.
Daniel Jones was not the move, or sixth, I'm sorry. Daniel Jones was not the move. Let's be real here. They could have had Josh Allen or literally anybody else, but
Zion.
they could have had Zion Williamson, yeah. Um,
Bzzz. Number 30, we got the
that
Buccaneers.
was 30 seconds.
Yep. 30, we had the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
Oh, what? Fudge. Um, yeah, the Bucks, they suck. They have Jameis Winston as their quarterback. They did get a good linebacker in Devin White, but they're still far and away. They lost Humphreys. Mike Evans is he's a good receiver, but I don't think Jameis is the quarterback for him. Um, their defense is still bad since they lost Quan Alexander a couple years ago, and yeah, I mean they're not a
Ended
good
that one
team.
on
They're
spot.
not in
Bzzz.
any.
Bzzz. 29, we have the
All right.
Redskins.
Yeah, their quarterback situation is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I know they just drafted Dwayne Haskins, but I don't know if he's gonna make an impact week one, as everybody think he does. Thinks he will. They lost a lot of good players on defense, and their running back is 34 years old. I mean, if he does produce like he did last year, then he'll be good. What else can I say? There's not really any good receivers there, and yeah.
Bzzz. Also, before we continue, we both made this list, even though it sounded like Detroit made it all. But Detroit's just talking about him. Anyways,
Yes, because Yola doesn't want to talk about these teams.
no, this is the most best way. All right, 28, we have the Cardinals.
All right, they were picking first for a reason, and I mean, Kyler Murray's a good player, but he's not gonna turn the franchise around in 1 year. Let's be real here. Cliff Kingsbury is still unproven. Um, their defense is, I mean, they improved overall. I'm not gonna say they didn't. They definitely improved, but they picked number one for a reason. And I mean, one draft is not gonna shoot them from the bottom of the NFC West to the top, especially in that division. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say.
Bzzz.
They got
27, we
yeah.
got the Bills.
The Bills, they're in the competitive AFC East. Um, they don't have many receivers. They do have actually who they draft?
Ed
You'll help
Oliver,
me out.
defense tackle,
At
Houston.
Oliver. That yeah. So they did beef up their defense is really good. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, if Allen has nobody to throw to, so I mean, if good defense can only get you so far, especially in today's league.
Bzzz.
So that's yeah.
26, we have the 49ers.
The 49ers, Garoppolo's coming off an injury, so is Breda. Um, they,
Briata.
they're all, what?
Briata. Continue.
Breda. I'm calling him Breda, I don't care. George Kittle is probably their best player on that team. They did, or on the offense, I mean. The defense did get better with the D Ford trade, and that D line is kind of scary, but still, Garoppolo needs.
25. We have the
Okay.
Broncos.
All right, the Broncos quarterback situation garbage. Defense is slacking now that they're getting rid of Chris Harris, or Chris Harris wants to be traded. They lost. Who they lose? The other
Roby and the Talib aren't there anymore.
Roby and Talib, and who's that defensive lineman?
Oh, Shane
Have they
Ray
lost?
ain't there.
Shane Ray. Yeah. That quarterback situation's a mess. They lost Demarius Thomas. Emmanuel Sanders is getting old. They have Philip Lindsay. They have nobody to rotate with him. I mean,
At 24, we have Lions.
can I go over 30 seconds for this?
I'll give you 45. Go.
Okay. So, I'm gonna be honest. I did not put them this low. YOLO forced me to. But I mean, I'll go with not. I won't be biased. And I say at this point, they're expected to be this low. But they did have a really good free agency and a really good draft, in my opinion. The draft was a little bit questionable at first, but doing some research, they actually played really well. They played really well in the draft to get the players they wanted. In free agency, they signed Trey Flowers, Justin Coleman, Jesse James, and yeah, we're gonna have a 53-man roster of tight ends, which will be fun. But that defense
23,
is
we have
scary.
the Bengals.
Okay, hold on. The defense will be scary if you want to look at the roster because you'll. All right, I'm
Bengals.
not gonna give you a minute then for the Seahawks. All right, fine. Bengals, Andy Dalton. I mean, it's Andy Dalton. They lost Perfect. They lost Mixon. Or no, they didn't lose Mixon, but he's a pretty good player. AJ Green's coming off an injury. Boyd looks like their best receiver at the moment, even though AJ Green is still there. I still think Boyd's a better receiver. They lost Eifert, right?
Oh, no, he
I think
came
they
back.
did.
He's coming back.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. They lost Perfect.
Yeah, and I mean their defense really isn't that scary.
They
if I'm
drafted
being
2
honest with you.
first-round linemen.
They
No,
did.
that was the
They did.
Falcons. That was Falcons.
No,
Bengals. Did they draft 2? Okay, anyways. 22, we have the Raiders.
they drafted Jonah Williams.
Yeah, that's who it
What?
was. Raiders, 22.
Raiders. They definitely got better this offseason. Their draft was stupid though. Let's be real here. Cleveland Farrell at 4. Not a great pick, not gonna lie. Especially when Josh Allen is there, even Ed Oliver. Even Daniel Jones, what?
Yes.
No. That locker room is gonna be cancerous, I'm not gonna lie. Antonio Brown is not gonna bring the positive energy that the Raiders need. I feel like Mayock got shut out of the draft room for some reason.
21, we have the Jets.
Okay. The Jets are the Jets. Jets. They got Sam Darnold, who looked better towards the end of the year. They got some decent receivers in Robbie Anderson and Quincy, whatever his name is.
Quincy
I don't even
Williams.
know. I don't
Quincy Enunwa. That's what it was.
know. Anunwa.
Yeah.
And then they still have a decent defense.
Jamal
who they have on
Adams, but Quinnen Williams.
Jamal Adams is probably their best player, but on that defense. But I mean, they've looked. I don't know. They drafted well, somewhat. Kind
20,
of.
we have the Packers.
Yeah. Fuck the Packers. I don't care if we're not trying to mention. Fuck the Packers. Aaron Rodgers getting old. They lost Randall Cobb. They lost Clay Matthews. You guys were pissed that we took Hawkinson. I could tell. They lost Jimmy Graham, if I'm correct. Yes.
No, they have Jimmy Graham.
Yes or no? Oh, they still do?
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting old. So, yeah. Also, that running attack, besides out of Alex,
Aaron
what's his name?
Jones.
Aaron Jones.
You're gonna say Alex
he's
Jones?
now-
God damn.
Alex Jones. Yeah. Info Wars.
19, we got the Jaguars.
Jags, they had an off year last year, but I think they're gonna come back a little better this year. They got rid of Bortles. Finally, took them long enough. That defense, it's got a lot of talent on there. They just need to actually play, and they still have Coughlin as their GM, who
It's 2-0
he's
versus
a
Brady
mess.
in Super Bowl. And Nick Foles
Yeah,
is
he's a
1-0.
mastermind.
At number 18, we have the Falcons.
So yeah, they can beat the Patriots. Falcons, good team on offense. They have no defense, and they did not address
Outside
that
of
in the
Deion
draft either.
Jones, who's injured.
Yeah, who's injured? Who's coming off an injury? So they did not address that at all in the draft, and I don't know what they're doing. But I mean, I know offense is the name of the game in this league, but if you can't stop anything, it doesn't matter how many points you put up, you'll get beat.
If you can't
Yeah.
beat them, join them too. Alright, number 17, we have the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers, they have not been the same since Super Bowl 50. Cam's
He's coming off
degrading.
injury.
Newton's coming off an injury, and he's already been degrading since his MVP season. The defense has not been the same since they lost Lutelli and Thomas Davis and Josh Norman. Greg Olson's getting old. They have no receivers outside of DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey is a really good back, though.
He's their receiver, basically.
He's basically their receiver. He's the Mr. Do-It-All. They don't have really a good line outside of Khalil in the middle.
16, we got the
Yeah.
Titans.
The Titans. You guys are a good team. You got Corey Davis, but you also have Marcus Mariota. So don't know how
And
much that
Ryan
helps you.
Tannehill now.
And oh yeah, Tannehill. That's right. And the defense with Casey Hay or not Casey Hayward. What's his face?
No.
Who's the dude who he had like 8 picks last year?
Oh, no. Kevin Bynard. And that was 2 years
Kevin
ago.
Byard, yeah. Was that 2 years ago? I thought that was
Yeah.
last year.
That was 2 years ago. No.
I don't know, but the Titans they're a decent place. I just think they need like maybe 1 or 2 more years, and maybe they'll
They
start
got
contending.
Dexter Lawrence, if I'm
Sure.
correct.
Yes, they
Anyways,
did. No, they didn't.
Or
they
was
didn't.
it Wilkins? One of them two. I get them mixed.
No, they
15,
didn't.
we have the Texans.
Dolphins got Wilkins.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm on crack.
You are on crack. Yeah, Titans fans, if you're pissed.
Oh, yeah,
just
they got the
go in the
injured
comment section.
DT. Anyways, 15, Texans.
Oh, Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
That's who it was. Texans. I mean, they got Watson, who, I
Yes.
mean, he didn't look as
Hopkins.
good as his rookie year. They got Hopkins, too, but they don't have a receiver outside of that. They have no tight end. Their running back situation is garbage, and their O-line is still iffy. The defense
They lost
line
Tyrann
is very...
Mathieu.
Yeah, no, hold on. The defensive line is very scary, but outside of that, not so much. So, especially with the loss of Tyrann Mathieu, and I mean, not really adding any menacing threats. Texans are just in the middle.
14, we got the Baltimore Ravens.
The Ravens. They don't have a receiving core. They have 47 tight ends as well as the Lions. Lamar Jackson still needs to develop, I think, and they need a better running back than Gus Edwards. The defense, I mean, they lost Terrell Suggs, who he didn't really perform in the
Eric
stats
Weddle.
department, and Eric Weddle. Terrell Suggs didn't really perform in the stats department as much as he used to, but he was still like the leader of the defense, and I think that's going to take a big hit on that core. I mean, what else? Yeah.
They drafted Marquise Hollywood Brown. 13,
Yeah.
Vikings.
The
Minnesota.
Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. They got a scary ass defense, but they also have Kirk Cousins. And if you know Kirk Cousins, you know he's not clutch.
What are you talking about?
or-
He's so clutch. He gets all of his points at the end of the game.
You're
During
right, in
garbage
garbage
time.
time. Yeah. Just like Blake Bortles. Look at that. I mean, they do have one of the best receiving cores, and they do have they have all the pieces, it seems, but they just can't do anything with it. They got a good defense. They got a above average quarterback, and maybe an average quarterback. They got one of the top receiving cores in the league, and a very good running back rotation. And they just can't. Even a good tight end. They have a subpar line. I mean, that's probably their worst part.
Bzzz.
but they just can't put it together. All right, your turn. Hold
All
on.
right.
Let me
Yeah, yeah.
hold my timer. Hold on. You don't. You still get a timer.
Okay.
Yeah, because you cut me off, you bitch. Ready, set, go.
All right. I didn't like our first pick Collier, but DK Metcalf is my dad. Russell Wilson has the best deep ball in the NFL, better than Drew Brees. I don't know why. Oh wait, no, no, no. Russell Wilson's the best fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL,
I was
better
gonna
than Drew
say deep
Brees.
ball.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sure
Uh,
about that one?
we have a good running back trio. Mike Davis, Chris Carson, Rashad Penny. Our line's better, and we don't have Dale Bevel like the Lions do. I forgot to mention that. Y'all
Hey,
have
he's
Dale
better
Bevel.
than Jim Bob
Trash.
Cooter.
Trash. Okay, I'm done. That's all I
He's
needed
better
to
than
say.
Jim Bob Cooter. That's all you got? You got
Yep.
5 more seconds.
Yeah, Bobby
I was giving
Wagner's
you
my mom.
45.
Okay, not really.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright, you're done. Hold on, let me pull up the picture again. Alright, continue.
Number 11, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Alright, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think, honestly, that they are still in good shape after they lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon. I mean, that's just a cancer out of the locker room, but I don't think that's going to be good for them in the wins department, in my opinion, at least for the first couple weeks. I think
The
they got to
Devin
get
Bush pick
adjusted
was
to the
good.
the Devin Bush pick is really good. I like that pick. It's just I think they're gonna adjust. They have to adjust to the loss of talent, but they'll be relieved that they don't have a cancer in the locker room. So after a bit, they'll be way better. I think they'll start contending once again. I mean, yeah, but at the
Bzzz.
moment,
10, we
yeah.
have the Eagles.
The Eagles. Let's see. They have Carson Wentz coming back. Their running back situation is a lot better now that they signed Jordan Howard, and or they traded for him. That defense is still pretty
And
good with Fletcher Cox and what's his
they don't have
face?
Michael Bennett anymore. Patriots.
Oh yeah, you're right. They don't.
They still have
They
Chris
still have Chris
Long,
Long
yeah,
though.
but he
Yeah. I mean that's really the. I mean they still find ways to
Brandon
contend,
Graham.
and they got a Brandon Graham. They do have a really good old line, and they do have a
Oh wait,
fairly decent receiving core. So I think, and I mean they're not in the toughest division. Let's be honest. And they still find a way to contend every year. So I think Eagles are pretty good
okay.
at
About
this
the
spot.
line part you said, they had a lot of good people on that line, but that line did not play good together. That is part of the reason Wentz was doing pretty bad. But Andre Dillard hopefully will help that. But yeah, they have
Yeah,
Dillard, the right tackle, can't think of his name, in the center.
Peters.
Yeah. Anyways, number 9 we have the Cleveland Browns. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, this is a zero to hero story. They made some amazing moves. Dorsey seems like he's a genius. We'll see how that plays out though. I mean, they got Baker Mayfield, Rookie of the Year. They got OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They got Nick Chubb, and
Baker Mayfield was not Rookie of the Year.
or no, I'm sorry, not Rookie
Rookie
of
of
the
the
Year.
Year
I'm sorry,
candidate.
Rookie of the Year candidate. He broke the record for touchdowns. So,
That he stat padded at
uh,
the end.
okay,
Continue.
you know what? He played 13 games though, so just chill. Also, that defense is a lot better now, and the Browns could make a run at the AFC
Yeah,
North.
they got
They
Greedy
could definitely.
Williams
They got
in the
Greedy
second
Williams
round.
too in the second, which is a steal.
3 LSU
They
wins now.
yeah, they could definitely win the AFC at North. I don't know if they'll contend for a title this year, but
Bzzz. Alright, I'm gonna give
they
you
could definitely
45
contend for the division.
seconds for the top 8,
All right,
since we're in the elite. Alright, at number 8, we have the Kansas City Chiefs.
all right. Anybody who puts the Chiefs in the top 5 is stupid because they lost so many pieces
They did
this
gain
offseason.
Tyron.
They lost they lost Kareem Hunt in the middle of the season. Oh yeah, we're
Oh,
assuming that Tyreek Hill is not going to be on the team.
yes. He
Yes, he should
definitely
not
ain't
play on
playing
it.
this year. And if he is,
He's
that
not
just
he's not
that,
playing he's definitely
yeah.
not playing for the Chiefs this year at least.
Yes.
Um yeah. They lost D Ford. The defense is still garbage.
They gained Frank Clark in his
Uh
place though.
they did get in Frank Clark, so they did
Who
gain
has
another
another
battery
battery
case.
case.
Andy Reid and his battery cases.
Next, they're gonna sign
Um
Ezekiel Elliott and Joe Mixon.
Yep. Yeah, but Joe Mixon seems he's cleaned up his act. Not gonna lie. Um, a bit at least. Also the Chiefs, they're just not the same anymore. I mean, Patrick Mahomes he's still gonna be good, but their defense is still garbage.
I
Not
bet
gonna
the
lie.
Chiefs wish they drafted a receiver now. Also, alright, you done?
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
7, we have the Los Angeles Chargers.
They're still gonna be a top team in the AFC in my opinion. That defense is scary. Philip Rivers is still playing at a very high level for his age,
Almost as a
which is
family
great.
of a whole offense.
He'll have a yes, he'll have a whole offense by the time he retires. Um, they got a good running core in Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. They got good receivers in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And do they still have Tyrell Williams, or
I
did he
think
leave?
they do, yes.
Okay, so they got the Williamses,
And Hunter Henry's coming back.
and Hunter. Oh yeah, the guy who played last year, according to Stephen A. Smith.
Didn't he play in like the last playoff game?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
I'll show you. I'll show you the video later. Um, but
Bzzz. Number
yeah,
6, we
yeah.
have the Cowboys.
I do not want to put the Cowboys this high, but I mean, you can't deny their talent. They got the depth. They probably have the best depth in the league. Let's be real here.
Yes.
Um, I mean, you can't deny their depth. They got, I mean, they got Zeke, they got Amari, they got Van Der Esch on the D, and DeMarcus Lawrence. They got Byron Jones, who the combine freak decided to blossom last year. And Yola just muted his mic,
Number
so I'm just
5,
gonna keep talking.
we have the Colts.
Okay.
Hopefully
Good.
I
I
don't
don't
hear
want to
that
talk about that.
lawnmower.
Good. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys anymore. The Colts. I think they're a really good team right now. Ebron, surprised, not gonna lie. I mean, he was bitching about how hard Stafford was throwing. Yes, that's actually a real thing. You can go look it up. But the Colts really have a good situation with Andrew Luck and that defense, and especially that O-line with Quentin Nelson, and they got the running backs in Naeem Hines and who, what's his face? I don't know.
Marlon
But
Mack.
Marlon Mack. And I think they're in a really good position, but the thing is, I don't know if they can win this year. I think definitely next year they will definitely be contending for the title because they have so much cap space, it's not even funny. They still have like 70 or 80 million dollars in cap space.
Number 4, we
Yeah.
have the
And
Chicago
they need
Bears.
to actually use that. I mean, can you deny the Bears? I mean, they have the best defense in the league. Let's be real here.
Mack.
That defense is the fact of the matter is that's scary. That's just like that's a defense that could be an offense. Which is why they're ranked this high. And they also still have Tariq Cohen, but they did lose Jordan Howard. Um, they also still have Mitchell Trubisky as their quarterback.
They need a receiver. I will say
They
that.
do need a receiver outside of Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel. I mean, that's not an amazing receiving core. And their offensive line it's above average, I'd say. Average, above average. And I think they're still going to be contending for the NFC North. I don't know if they'll be contending for much more. So,
Number 3, we got the Los Angeles Rams, aka three points in a Super Bowl.
also, cheating team in the NFC Championship game.
I mean,
Yes, they are still in a position to win this. I mean, they still got a super team basically. I mean, they did lose a couple key assets
and
like
Gurley
C.J.
might
Anderson.
not play for a while.
Gurley may be not playing for a while. They did lose C.J. Anderson. They're gonna lose Ndamukong Suh, even though he wasn't really that big of a part on a defense, even though people say he was. But they still do have Aaron Donald, who I mean, he's basically 11 men on the field at once.
They gained Clay Matthews and Eric Weddle.
They did gain Clay Matthews and Eric Weddle. And they still have Jared Goff, who's an above-average quarterback. He's a decent quarterback. And they still have that scary receiving core, Brandon Cooks and Robert Wood.
Number 2, we got
Yeah.
the Patriots.
Pats. I mean, do I really have to talk about them? It's
They would have won the Super Bowl with Brian Hoyer starting.
yeah, probably. I mean, can you deny? I mean, as long as Brady's in the league, they're gonna win a Super Bowl. Let's be real here. I don't even think I need to talk about them. I mean, the only really big thing that happened this offseason was they lost Gronk, but he didn't really play a factor as
What are
much
you
as he
talking
was.
about? They lost the GOAT, Chris Hogan.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Forgot about him. But I mean, other than forced double teams, he didn't really do much last year. So, I mean, they're probably still going to win the Super Bowl. Actually, no. According to YOLO's logic, they will not win the Super Bowl. You want to explain that?
Yeah, because they only win odd Super Bowls.
Okay, that's his logic. And yeah, I really don't have much to
Alright,
say
number
about
one,
them.
we have the Saints. We both agreed on this.
Yes, I feel like the Saints are the most well-rounded team in
And they
this
got robbed
league.
of a Super Bowl.
That too. I really hope they actually do win a Super Bowl if my Lions, for some reason, don't make the playoffs. Like, if you could tell, if you could not tell the sarcasm in my voice, it was there. And, um, but they still have Drew Brees, Kamara, Ingram. I mean, that
Did you just
alone
say
is a pretty
Graham?
damn good. No, Ingram.
Oh, no, they don't have
No, I'm
Ingram. He
not
went
going
to
back to
Baltimore.
24.
Ingram went
Oh
to
yeah, you're right.
Baltimore. Yeah, they got Thomas, but
Oh yeah, that's right. But I mean, even Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara is just a scary duo right there. And then you add on the receivers and Michael Thomas and
Dez Bryant, the GOAT.
Dez Bryant, the GOAT. I mean, in that defense, they still got a pretty good defense in
That's a
that.
top 10 defense, yeah.
Yeah. And that even the old line is really good. And yeah.